Hey peeps, PsychoSi here. Now look, I know it's been a long time, I know it's been about a month since we last put up a video, and that's kind of my fault. I had some things that I had to take care of. This is why we were on a month-long hiatus. And I'll be doing an update video because a lot of the stuff that I've been on this hiatus for is actually for stuff for the show. And all of that will be revealed to you in a later video if you guys really want, because I can do that for you, give you an update on all things PsychoSi. But we're coming back with a huge punch. Now with that being said, let's rock it like a rocket launcher and blast off! So today we are kicking this off with a review of Loadout for your viewing pleasure. Now I don't know if any of you really been following E3, but if you were following E3 as of the Sony broadcast, you would have found out that they are bringing Loadout to PS4. That's right, free-to-play games on PlayStation 4. That is actually happening. And there's been a lot of numerous updates that have been taking place as part of the game as well, and that stuff that I'm also going to get into and cover. We have a lot of things to get to. The game is kind of a big deal for something that's actually free to play. And that being said, we're going to jump right into this Loadout review. So if you don't know what Loadout is, you're going to find out all about it today. If you do know what Loadout is, you guys are going to find out what you might not know about it that is a little bit new as of the last update, which I believe was 4.0. Update 4.0, I believe is what just happened. So we're going to jump right into this. Let's hear. Now the first thing that we're going to get into in this game that we're going to talk about is the weapons crafting system. Now, due to the fact that this is a free-play game, I kind of misjudged it when I first went up to it because I expected, free to play. And what that means is you're going to have a bare bones kind of minimum kind of experience as far as customizability is concerned. But after having updated and after downloading the game, I was very pleasantly surprised. So pleasantly surprised that I'm actually excited to talk about this with you guys. It's like nuts. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Borderlands series. The Borderlands series is incredible, and we all know why if you have been into it and you have been playing it, and you know that they have a myriad of elemental weapons as well as a whole bunch of other kinds of ammunition that can be customized and stuff, ricocheting bullets, all kinds of stuff. Anything pretty much you can find in Borderlands, you can pretty much find in this game as of right now, except for what we're getting, the new stuff like the lasers and the cryo weapons that are coming in the pre-sequel, which, oh my god. But anyway, that's jumping away from Borderlands and talking about the actual customizability options you actually have when it comes to this game. Now, there's a myriad of different things you can do, and it's always in the weapons crafting section. When you go into the weapons crafting section, you're going to find that you can actually customize the stock. The stock is going to help you improve accuracy or not improve accuracy. So depending on what kind of playstyle you want, you can have accuracy improvement for when you're actually doing line right down the sight kind of aiming. Or you can even do get one that will help you actually do hip shooting better, depending on what you want. And there's a bunch of different stocks for you to choose from. Same goes for scopes. I really like the infrared scopes. I mean, the infrared scope, you can kind of see through walls and stuff, so you know when and then he's gonna come over and attack you, and you can kind of just beat the shit out of him before he gets to you. However, I haven't earned enough points yet to get it, so leave me alone. However, it's aside from that, I believe there are a couple new scopes that were put in there, everything from laser sights to otherwise. And you can also change the barrel. The barrel will change the actual firing rate and the power of the ammunition and stuff like that. And that actually really does play an integral part, especially if you're playing, depending on what game mode you're playing. If you're playing a game mode that demands you to have a faster firing gun, for instance, like Domination, because you gotta make on-the-fly choices, turn around, beat somebody's ass real fast, and then, get the hell out of there. And that's not something that you can really do with the way the guns are initially given to you. However, it doesn't take too long for you to actually get enough points to start customizing things, and the barrel is the first thing that I think anybody should go after. That and the magazine, because you can actually increase the magazine size, kind of like in Call of Duty, only better because it's not Call of Duty. But that being said, there's a myriad of different customization options, and you can also add some elemental features to your gun. Like for instance, one of my guns actually has an electric elemental feature that allows it to, it's Tesla, so it kind of allows it, to just shock the hell out of my enemies, and it's really cool because I have it set for pulse fire, which is it's kind of a stream of bullets, like a stream of balls that are being fired at the enemy, a stream of projectiles, and they're all electric based, and if there's more than one enemy around, it'll actually branch off and shock the other enemies at the same time. So it's really cool. There's a lot of different things that you can do, and the customizability options are they just seem endless. I mean, you can customize everything from the trigger, and don't forget, you gotta name your bad boy too. I mean, the electric gun that I have right now is named Thor's Penis for obvious reasons, but so just imagine you got killed by Thor's penis. Wow, I'm laughing at my own jokes. That's how corny I am. I'm so corny. Anyhow, now the customization of the guns isn't the only thing that you get though. I mean, there's a lot of other customization options that in the guns that I haven't really touched on because I haven't really played the game long enough to see all the customization options that are actually available to you. But that being said, that just goes to show you how much this free-to-play game allows you to do for free, because it's not like you have to pay money to get a lot of these advancements. You can actually play the game long enough to unlock some of these things. It's just some of us don't have time and would really like it if you didn't have to play for 25 hours so you can unlock another trigger. Come on, guys. Just saying. Now, jumping ahead, we cannot forget that Loadout is called Loadout for a reason. When you go into the Loadout tab on the top of the screen, on the menu screen, you can actually customize what loadouts you want, unlocking other slots for different loadouts as you level up. I think you can unlock up to 3 slots just from not having paid anything, and then after that you will have to pay for additional slots to have customized loadouts after that. But that's because you can actually develop more than just 3 or 4 guns. You can keep developing so many different guns, and that gun is actually a different gun now. And it really does help you out with myriad different things you can do. And these things actually can be further upgraded, especially if you go into your tech tree, and your tech tree that's also available on the top of the menu. And when you click on the tech tree, you have a whole bunch of things, kind of like skill trees almost, but you have to spend points in order to unlock certain abilities. So you can turn grenades into turrets. You can turn grenades into bouncing grenades. You can get ricocheting bullets. You can get freaking more power for your projectiles, so that the power of the projectiles is actually a lot more, punchful. Is that a word? Punchful. But, powerful, stuff like that. The tech tree is like kind of a big level up tree, and it really does just allow you to upgrade weapons individually, as well as changing weapons up. Because there's a lot of different types of grenades. I believe that one of the upgrades is a healing grenade, so you can actually throw that at a teammate, it blows up, and they're healed. And you can actually get healing bullets as well, so you can put healing properties on your bullets, and when you shoot your friend in the face, it'll heal them. So they can't get mad at you because you're helping by shooting them in the face. Wouldn't that be great in real life? You know what? Be healed. But anyway. That's the reason the game is called Loadout, because you can have a series of different loadouts, a whole bunch of different loadouts, and they really do actually take a lot of advantage of that. You should take a lot of advantage of the different loadouts that you have, so that you can just pretty much, from one game to another game on the fly, change your play style. So you have one loadout that's customizable, is pretty much kind of an infantry unit, so everything's pretty much automatic weapons. Then you can go to another one that's just kind of a sniper. Then you got a heavy gunner, where you have explosive stuff, so you have like a rocket launcher that spirals and blows up, and just all the carnage that you can cause. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. But anyway, now, the one part that I have to say is a little bit lacking, since you have to pay for these things rather than, actually being able to unlock a lot of stuff when it comes to this, the character customization. In order to customize your character, you're gonna have to pay some actual money, ducats, whatever you want to call it. You gotta pay it. And it kind of sucks because I would love to be able to actually, dress up my character in something other than just, jean boots and a red bandana with a tank top, or, the boxer shorts that you're able to unlock because why not? Kind of just annoys me just a little tiny bit, but it's not enough to take away from the overall fun of the game, and that's kind of what you need to look at. I mean, you're getting a big value for something that's free to play. And I think that's I guess a fair trade-off. It's like, you want to customize your character to look like you better pay. You better pay. But, you can say whatever you want. It's a pain in the ass, it's not a pain in the ass. Either way, you'd still be right. Because the game is always right. The game is always right. Now it's time for us to get to the meat and potatoes of the whole thing. And the meat and potatoes is kind of, everybody who's been watching the show, you know what I mean by meat and potatoes. We're talking about the actual gameplay, we're talking about the actual game types. We're talking about the stuff that actually matters, the stuff that makes you want to play. But anyway, getting down to the bottom of it, we have 3 different game modes, if you will. And then there's a myriad of game types within these game modes, but they're all the same game types per game mode, if I'm correct. And by what I mean by game modes, I mean it kind of determines on who you're playing with or like what you're trying to do. For instance, you can set up a private match, which was something that was newly added as of the latest, or the second latest, one of those, second latest update. And that update allows you to make private matches against your friends, which you weren't really able to do before without having to go through like a myriad of stupid lobbies and trying to freaking get an invite and all this other stuff. But now it's a lot easier, and you just set up a private match and nobody else will be able to come into your game and, interrupt you and kill you and troll you. So you can play with just your one friend. Because you don't have more. One friend. Now, there's also rank mode, and rank mode came out as of an update that was about 2 or 3 months ago. I'm not sure if it was even that long ago, probably just 2 months ago or a month ago, something like that. But rank mode is quite exactly what it sounds like. It's the same exact game mode, but now you get ranked on what you're doing. And then there's the game mode that most people play, which is casual. And in casual game modes, you have two different ways to play. You can play against bots, which you can also do in private matches and in ranked mode, and you can play against other people as well. And there'll be similar level of people instead of having to go up against whoever the hell happens to be on the server at the time as far as ranked mode goes. Ranked mode, as you can tell, is like the least favorite of mine because I'm not very good. Hey, come see me in Borderlands. Right, that's not one player, it's like... Anyway. Now, the actual different game types. There's a myriad of different game types, and Blitz is kind of a game type that's, I don't know if you guys have played Freedom Fighters or not. For anyone who's played Freedom Fighters, you kind of know what the game is kind of about. You gotta run around the map and, take down the enemy flag and put up your flag. And instead of a flag, it's a pair of shorts. Loadout's a comedic game. It's very, very comedy infused. I mean, just with the fonts and the hell of it. But, I'm gonna edit that last out. But, yeah. That's one of the easiest to explain game modes. It's not one that I really like playing around with too much, but it is a decent game mode nonetheless. Then you have Death Snatch. Death Snatch is probably my favorite game mode. In Death Snatch, after you kill somebody, they're going to drop a blue vial known as plutonium, I believe. And you get the plutonium in order to secure your kill. So you won't get the points for the kill if you don't collect this thing. You have to get it. Otherwise, an enemy can pick it up, and if they pick up the blue vial that was dropped from their teammate, then they'll deny your kill and you won't get the points for it. However, you can do the same thing to the enemy. So say you die and your buddy picks up your vial instead of that person, now that person's kill has been denied. And that's just the way the game goes, and pretty much is the highest score will win. And I thought that was a really fun game mode from the gate, and I still love playing it, and I think it's a game mode that everybody should try at least once. Now, there's one called Capture the Hammer, which is pretty much capture the flag, and it's just with the hammer. So now the hammer is like a Tesla hammer that can blow your opponents up. So it kind of operates as a weapon. So you're not completely defenseless when you are a flag carrier. However, if you're a person who is like protecting the base and your enemy just happens to grab your hammer and blow you up, you kind of feel a little sad. Just a little sad. But it does open up a lot of crazy opportunities for fun gameplay. I really do mean that. I mean, just seeing people get smashed to little bits, it's kind of just fun. Maybe I'm just a horrible person. I don't know. There you go. Domination. Everybody who knows shooting games knows what domination is. For those of you who don't know, there are 3 points on the map, and those 3 points have to be secured by you. Whichever team has secured the 3 points on the map for the longest amount of time is the winner. That's kind of all there is to that. So you got point A, B, and C, and you know, do stuff. Then there's extraction. Extraction is where these bunch of blue crystals all over the place, and I think they're also known as plutonium, and you have to grab those. You gotta throw them into this extraction machine thing, and in the machine is how you score, and you gotta stop the team from scoring in their machine, so you gotta kill the collector on their team, but then the collector becomes another dude, and if you die and you're the collector, then the collector on your team changes to another dude too. And on and on and on. It's kind of just the way it is. It's not a bad game mode, it's a good game mode if you like playing kind of keep away, I guess, sort of what it's like. But yeah, that's it. Those are the different game modes that you get to play in this in Loadout so far. I don't know if further updates are going to bring other game types, which would be really cool if it did. But we don't know if that's actually going to happen or not yet. All of these game modes are accessible in private match and in ranked mode as well as casual. So however you want to be, you know, whichever kind of player you are, if you're not somebody who's going online all the time, don't worry, you still have a place here. And a big plus for PC users, it is gamepad adaptable. So if you got an Xbox wired controller, you're good. And if you have set up your wireless Xbox control via Bluetooth to read on your computer as well, that's another way you can go about it, and you have gamepad. So there you go, it's gamepad adaptable, and if you like not playing with keyboard and mouse, go ahead, although I would always choose keyboard and mouse over the controller every day. Just to increase the accuracy having a mouse, but PC gamers know what I'm talking about, and but yeah. The game's real fun, Loadout's a really great game, and there's numerous updates coming out. 4.0 was the latest update, and in that update we have gotten a new map, which is something that I think was very much needed, because if I'm correct, there were only about 3 playable maps, and that is what makes the game kind of a little bit boring, because you'd like to see other environments. However, on these 3 maps, no game mode, even if you're playing the same game mode over and over, no game is going to feel the same as the last. There's so many different things that can happen, so many different customization options involving the guns, and that's really where the game really shines. The fact that you can customize the guns the way that you can. And it really does kind of remind me of Borderlands, and I can't help but bring the name up when I talk about Loadout, because Loadout seems like it's synonymous in the world with Borderlands. I swear, anyone who's played it, you know what I mean by that. You know how closely resembling Borderlands it is. It's just not cel-shaded, which somehow they still pull off that style. It's a cartoony style that's not cel-shaded, people, so it can be done! Anyway. Looking at all the different possibilities in the game, and all the different things that can happen as far as as far as this game is concerned, this is a free-to-play game that I have to say I would give an 11 out of 13. Why 11 out of 13? Is because I'm just not doing a score of 10. It's not happening. So screw that. So yeah, an 11 out of 13, which means that it's a must-try, a must-play game. For the freaking price point of free-to-play, come on. The only little gripe that I have with it is that it needs a little bit more maps, and also the fact that, well, you have to pay to kind of, change the look of your character, which sort of sucks. Because, seriously, why do you have a bunch of Rambo wannabes running around? I hate this. However, it's still a very good game that has a lot to offer, even for the price point, being free and for additional fees for customizing your character, I guess, and unlocking other loadout slots. but you still get 3 different loadout slots that allow you for 3 different gameplay styles that are all distinct depending on how you build them. And I really think that's a really cool thing. Not to mention, I believe per profile you can have something like up to 3 characters. So that also helps things a lot, in my opinion. So, you know, free-to-play game, 11 out of 13, there's no reason that you shouldn't be downloading it. And for you PS4 users out there, it's coming to PS4. I don't know exactly when. We're going to get further details on that, so I'll be staying on the Steam page to keep you guys updated, because they're actually keeping us updated on the Steam page as it is. And I will get to a lot of things that were covered in E3, because if I'm correct, I think that Sony might possibly have a deal going on with Valve right now, because there's a lot of free-to-play games coming to the system. Not to mention that the Evolver games is coming to the system, so anybody who knows Hotline Miami and like Broforce, those games are freaking amazing, and they're coming to PS4. I think that's really freaking awesome. Valkyrie Knights, as well as other freaking games, just I'm super excited, super duper excited. I can't wait to get my hands on a PS4 of my own. But it's gonna take some time, you know. It always takes some time. I have to like screen things before I actually figure that I'm going to buy it, because you know that's kind of money. But that's how it goes. You guys got my rating, and if you're still watching this video and not playing Loadout, then I have no idea what it is you're doing with your life, sir. So go out there, get the game, play the game, do it. Do it now. All you gotta do is download the Steam app. It's right there. Just look up Loadout and click. You're done. You just gotta wait for it to update and all and download into the system, and then you're good. If you have a PC that can play it, take advantage of that right now. And I think that it doesn't really take up too much as far as graphically goes. So as long as you have anything like a Radeon, like, well, I don't know Radeon chips. I'm using a NVIDIA GT 635 right now. And the 635 is an old chip, and I'm still able to run this game without a problem. Not to mention a lot of other games that I probably shouldn't be able to run, but somehow my computer's a beast like that. Point is, you don't have to spend too much money to be able to play this game, especially considering the fact that the game itself is free. And if you want to wait it out until it comes out on PS4, and it's still going to be available for you to play. So that's all I really got to say about this, and I'm glad that you guys stuck with me. Take it with ease and doozy.